Hey, this is Joe with Citrus County Porch Life bringing you a word of the day for October 13th, 2024, post Hurricane Milton. I'm doing okay. Uh, Originally, I thought I had no issues, and then as I inspect things and walk around, you find little things, but for the most part, no major damage, no injuries. Made it through okay. My cat made it through okay. And we thank God. It took that sudden turn south, and I pray for those people down there. They were just recovering from the last hurricane. As it went up the coast, they got terrible winds and storm surges, 4 or 5 feet in their houses, and then to have this come and finish it off, they've done all that work. We've had 3 hurricanes in 2 months, 2 hurricanes in 2 weeks. And I got on the Weather Channel this morning, and it seems one's brewing off the coast of Africa. So I'm not going to watch it so much. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm focusing on recovery. Recovery. So the topic for today, October 13th, is unremitting inventories. And the quote is, "Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. When these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them. We discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help." And the daily reflections comment on that is, the immediate admission of wrong thoughts or actions is a tough task for most human beings. But for recovering alcoholics like me, it is difficult because of my propensity toward ego, fear, and pride. The freedom of the AA program offers me becomes more abundant when, through unremitting inventories of myself, I admit, acknowledge, and accept responsibility for my wrongdoing. It is possible then for me to grow into a deeper and better understanding of humility. My willingness to admit when the fault is mine facilitates the progression of my growth and helps me to become more understanding and helpful of others. As I've mentioned before, when I was a kid, we used to have reflections at night, an examination of conscience. It's much like taking a moral inventory, although it's tough when you're 5 years old to figure out what you did wrong. But that, I started first grade, and that was taught to us. Everything I say here is for me. I'm not teaching, I'm sharing my experience, strength, and hope. So I still do it every night, and I pray Psalm 51, which to me is the perfect prayer of repentance. And I don't like things to fester anymore. I had this attitude before that, perhaps if I don't mention it, they'll forget it. Then I had a tendency to minimize things, even if I hurt someone. Oh, it wasn't that bad. I was wrong, but why bring it up? It might cause more harm, as a way of getting out of it. Of course, if it was going to cause real harm, you wouldn't, as it says in the book, do it. And I had a tendency to be dishonest. Not big at first. Just, tell a story from my point of view, which of course was the justified version of the events, not from the other person's point of view. And resentments for me pop up all the time. They pop up if I'm at a red light and someone in front of me goes right through the red light. I get a resentment against them. Why can't they obey the laws? And so I kind of have to check myself for all these things this guy mentions: selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. Now, I just said guy. I don't know. It could have been a woman. Well, actually, this is the quote. So, from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. So, it was probably a group that put it together. So that's what I have to do daily. And sometimes it's not good to let something fester even till nighttime, because you think about it all the time. It's disturbing, your serenity during the day, particularly if something was really egregious, and so you want to make amends right away. I've done that before. I didn't wait till nighttime. I called the person and said, look, I apologize. I was a jerk for the way I acted, and it won't happen again. Can you forgive me? But always we have to, or I have to, acknowledge and accept responsibility for my wrongdoing. And how do I do that? I don't, just like with my alcoholism, I don't blame person, places, or things for what I did. The thought originated in my head. It's my responsibility. And when I do that, I really do get the deepest sense of humility. And now you have to watch, at least I have to watch out with humility. When I was a kid in St. Teresa's Grammar School in Providence, Rhode Island, we got the autobiography of Benjamin Franklin, and it came on a reel-to-reel tape. And we would listen to a half-hour, selected portions of it. And one of the things that really got me, and I understood the concept back then, I think it was 8th grade, so I would have been 12 or 13, that he expressed a pride in his humility. Now that's, I guess today we'd say that's pride and humility is kind of an oxymoron. And I remembered that. So it's easy for me to puff myself up and say, yes, I'm very humble, and take pride in that, which is just the opposite of what I should be doing. I'm not going to take pride in my humility. So I wish you all a happy and holy Sunday. And please pray for those people still affected by Hurricane Milton. I've been watching the local news shows a lot of it. It's kind of past the national news, but the local news shows the people, shows many food trucks coming up. They can't cook, they have no electricity, some of them just have no homes. People have built on barrier islands. There's nothing left. So please pray for them, that they have the peace of God, and that they can be fed. And I like the new, I think it's Tide. They have these trailer trucks filled with washing machines, and dryers, so that people that are just wearing the same clothes every day in that heat can go there, wash their clothes. And they also have faith-based shower trucks where people can go in, have a little privacy, take a shower, get all that salt off them, get all the sweat, and just feel a lot better physically. So I really pray for them. You know, we almost got the same damage here, but thank God we didn't. And I'm very blessed. So I will see you tomorrow.